Good morning. This is Andre Rustino. I am the Managing Director of the ISA100 Wireless Compliance Institute. I'm responsible for the business administrative function of the ISA100 Wireless Compliance Institute and provide accountabilities to ISA's Board of Directors for all the compliance institutes within ASCII. The objective of this webinar today is to provide a step-by-step description of the process for certifying products to the ISA 100.11a Industrial Wireless Communication Standard. We'll cover who to contact, how the certification is done, what tools are needed, advanced preparation, and expected costs and fees. So due to the large number of attendees, we're in broadcast mode only, so your audio connection is muted. If you have questions, you can start submitting them right now if you like, using the Q&A tab of your webinar browser as we go along. I'll answer as many questions as possible in the allotted time at the end of the webinar, and then this webinar will be posted on the website in the Education tab of the ISA Wireless Compliance Institute website, along with the PowerPoint slide. So we'll go to the first slide. Okay, so our agenda, we'll do an overview of the Institute itself and an overview of the Conformance program. I'll discuss the test kits, then submitting a product for testing, and the confidentiality of submissions and tools that are available. So the standard was ISA 100.11a standard was architected based on end user requirements, and the underlying technology and architecture and features are included in the standard to support the characteristics that address the end user requirements. The standard was approved in September 2009. So about 2-3 years ago, the ISA created the Automation Standards Compliance Institute to provide a home for conformance programs. The ISA 100 Wireless Compliance Institute was one of those. Each of the institutes are stood up as an interest group within the ISA 100, within the ISA Automation Standards Compliance Institute. They have their own rules and governing board that operate within the bounds of the overall ASCII policies and procedures. The Wireless Compliance Institute mission is to decrease the time and costs for deploying standards-based industrial wireless devices and systems based on the ISA 100 standard. The first approved standard from the family of standards, of course, is the ISA 100.11a. So we provide compliance services, tools, technical support, education, and market awareness that all wrap around the ISA 100 family of standards. The board of directors, or governing board for the ISA 100 Wireless Compliance Institute, is comprised of Honeywell, Yokogawa, GE, Nivus, Yamataki, and a user representative elected by the user members from the ISA 100 Wireless Compliance Institute. Currently, that's Pat Schweitzer from ExxonMobil. Here are just a few of the members that are in the Wireless Compliance Institute. Okay, so I'll talk about the Conformance program. So the certification program development and execution. The Conformance program is a complementary operation to the ISA 100 Standards Committee. We are basically the recipients of the standards, and based on the published standard, we develop specifications and procedures for a test kit to test conformance to that standard. And operationally, we are not doing testing internally. We have established a relationship with a third-party lab, NTS, to do test execution on our behalf. This lab is a ISO 17025 operation, and our conformance program is eventually going to be ISA 17025 accredited. The test work that the lab does provides feedback to the Wireless Compliance Institute regarding the test kits, policies, procedures, and over time we'll continue to review how we operate and make refinements to our operations. In addition to that, the Wireless Compliance Institute provides a vital linkage between the published standard and how it's implemented in the marketplace, and gives feedback to the ISA100 Wireless Standards Committee. We just provided a submission in July for the, in June for the for what we have learned as part of our program activities. So test kits. We have test kits. They're available today. There are two types of test kits. There's a stack test kit, which is essentially tests the communications characteristics of the of a communication device in an ISA100 based product. And then there's a device test kit, which measures, amongst other things, interoperability of the device with other ISA100 devices. The test kits are available now. These kits are the same kits that are used by our certification lab. So the stack test kit is a $30,000 item, and it includes the functionality of stack testing and device testing. If you're just developing devices, you'd want to get a device test kit, and that's a $20,000 item. And the kits include technical support in a purchase price and then product updates for the upcoming 12 months. PDF descriptions of the test kits can be downloaded from the WCI website. To purchase a test kit, contact me. Just send an email to me or call me by phone and send me a PO or whatever the process is, and I'll get you set up with a test kit. The test kits are useful in the product development process. Typically, they'd be in your product development labs and R&D to do your device testing and debugging and that sort of thing. So by the time you finish up your product and you've finished testing it and it's passing all the tests, when you submit it to the test lab, it should be a perfunctory operation to have the NTS lab run it through the test and confirm that it is compliant with the ISA 100.11a standard. The training and support for the test kits, they're provided by us, WCI, and today it's the technical director. That would be Jay Werb. So, when you purchase a test kit, I'll likely be getting you in contact with him immediately to help you get started. So, submitting a product for certification, we're trying to keep it as simple as possible. The Wireless Compliance Institute has developed the testing procedures and the test kits, and we've engaged with a company called National Technical Systems to do the execution of the tests on a third-party basis. And to have a product certified, just either email or call. The lead manager on this from National Technical Systems is Spiro Sacri, and his contact information is here. And I could lay out a flow chart of how it all works. But the simplest thing is just give him a call, and he'll guide you through the process. The certification fees includes the NTS, the actual services that they provide, their fees, and the WCI registration fee that goes into funding the overall conformance program and test kit development, administrative, and other support. The stack certification fee is the base is like $15,000 plus any wraparound support that may be required to have the stack certified. The device certification fee, $6,000, and engineering services are $250 an hour. So if you have a device that passes certification first time, $6,000. If there's a couple phone calls here and there for things that need to be corrected, and they're fairly short, I wouldn't expect NTS to hit you for additional fees. But if you find yourself in a situation where they're acting almost like your QA lab and there's an egregious amount of back and forth, you're likely going to get a request from them to sign an agreement for engineering services support. It's a new program, so certification fees will continue to be reevaluated on a periodic basis based on updates to tools and procedures. And our objective is to drive the certification fees and costs down. So because of the competitive nature of products in the marketplace, confidentiality is an important dimension to the whole program. So WCI owns and manages the certification program, providing the test procedures, specifications, test tools, etc. And we're having NTS execute the tests on behalf of WCI. So product submissions and results are confidential. No other WCI members are going to know who's submitting, when products are being submitted, or the results of the testing. In the end, when products complete the testing process and have passed, it's still up to the submitting vendor to indicate whether or not they want their successful test publicized. They may have other things that they need to do to the product, like ATEX testing and maybe something else, or they're timing it with marketing events. So, again, these this process is set up to be confidential and not visible to other WCI members. So it's a new program. We're working towards aggregating tools in the marketplace. Right now, the key tool that's out there is an integration kit. It's available from NIVIS. They're a WCI member. We're not a storefront for NIVIS or other members, but they just happen to be one of the early comers with products for the ISA100.11a protocol. So their integration kit allows you to fast track a product into the marketplace. If you're a smaller company and you have existing products and you want to integrate a .11a communication module, this kit will help out with that. And NIVIS will provide other technical support for this. You'll need to contact NIVIS for details and pricing. the person to contact is on this slide here. Trey Harrison, he's VP of Sales. So that's pretty much it. You know, we're just trying to make it easy. You know, coming out of the gate, just who to call, and you know, for the early part of the program, we're just make a phone call and we'll guide you through the process. This same information will be on our website. A lot of it already is. So, okay. Questions? So right now I don't see any questions. Give it a couple more minutes. Okay, so one of the questions is, can we distribute the presentation within our company? Absolutely. Yeah, this is publicly available information. It will be posted on our website today, and so yes, you may distribute it. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions, so I'll give it one more minute. If I don't get any other questions, then that's it. You know, we can wrap up. But like I said, this will be posted, and you know, this is the first start for getting products certified. So there's a question about any agents outside North America. So if the question is, are there testing entities outside of North America who can do this testing? The answer is right now, today, no. It's a new program. We want to make sure we work the kinks out of it here. It is NTS is internationally based, and they have facilities in all the hemispheres. So when this is worked out, probably in the next 6 to 12 months, they can replicate the testing process to, say, Asia Pacific and Europe and like that. And so that's what the long-term vision is. Sometime in the next 12 months or so, start moving it out of North America. We are going to continue to have updates and webinars. This is just the first one, but you know, the key message here is just to let you know who to call. Keep it simple. Just make the phone call, and we'll guide you through the process. So there's a question: how long does the process typically take from application to approval? So really, that's a scheduling issue. If the lab has capacity to, say, schedule you next week, it's typically, it'll just be a couple days. So the NTS service level objective is to try to get anybody who applies for certification scheduled within the next 2-week time frame. So if you knew today that you wanted to test and you called NTS, they would get you scheduled in 2 weeks, and typically a turnaround is going to be less than a week. But the actual test process itself is a few days, depending on whether it's a stack or a device test and how well prepared you are. Okay, so I think that's about it. I'm not seeing any other questions. I'll give it one more minute if we don't have a new question. Okay, so there's a question: do incremental changes require complete retesting? So if there's a little bit of a judgment call there. So if a supplier has a change to a product, they would want to do a submission to NTS to determine if it's going to exceed a threshold for what might be considered a bug fix versus a complete retest. But fundamentally, if if there's a change to your product that changes the functionality somehow, then that's going to require retesting. So that's pretty much the bottom line. If there are some bug fixes that don't affect functionality, that shouldn't require retesting. Okay. Well, I think I'll wrap it up then. And I appreciate everybody coming on board. Again, we're going to have additional webinars because not everybody can make it to each of them. And the webinar results will be posted on our website, and we'll send out email notifications of anything that results from the webinar that would be of interest to the group in general. Okay. Again, thank you very much for attending, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off.